We know that carbon is very versatile, and part of that chemical versatility is the ability to form ring structures. When there's a ring structure where one of the carbon atoms has been substituted out for a heteroatom, most typically oxygen or nitrogen, that ring is known as a heterocycle. And heterocycles are very common in biological molecules. For example, if we take a look at the structure of vitamin C, we see that there is a ring structure there where an oxygen has been substituted for a carbon. So this would be known as a heterocycle. Heterocycles with nitrogen are very common in biological systems, and the way that we classify heterocycles with nitrogen is by referring to the name of the molecule, the base molecule for that heterocycle. So for example, a good way to sort of classify and figure out which classification a heterocycle that has nitrogen in it is by counting the number of atoms in the ring. So if there are 5 atoms in the heterocycle and only 1 nitrogen, and all of the bonds are single, that's known as a pyrrolidine. If there are 5 atoms in the ring, 1 nitrogen, and 2 double bonds, that's known as pyrrole. If there are 5 atoms in the ring and there are 2 nitrogens separated by a carbon and also 2 double bonds, that's known as imidazole. If there are a total of 6 atoms in the ring, 1 nitrogen and 3 double bonds, it's actually resonance, but for our purposes, we'll just look for the 3 double bonds. That's known as pyridine. And if there's a 6-membered ring with 3 double bonds and 2 nitrogens separated by a carbon atom, that's known as pyrimidine. And at the bottom here, we have 2 fused rings. And by fused, we mean the 2 rings share a side. So these are both 9-atom rings that have a 6-membered ring fused to a 5-membered ring. If the 6-membered ring has 3 double bonds or engages in resonance and has, I don't forget what I was saying, if the 6-membered ring has no nitrogen and the 5-membered ring has 1 nitrogen, and the 5-membered ring has 2 double bonds and the 6-membered ring has 3 double bonds, that's known as indole. And then if the 9-atom fused ring has a 6-membered ring with 2 nitrogens that are separated by a carbon, the 5-membered ring has 2 nitrogens separated by a carbon, and the 5-membered ring has 2 double bonds, 6-membered ring has 3 double bonds, that's known as purine.